Hey everybody, it's Miss Julia here from the Handwork Studio, bringing you another fun craft. And today it's going to be all about coding, but without computers. So we're going to use our old noggin, our hands of course, and some household materials. So I'm going to go ahead and get us started. Okay, today's project is going to be really cool. It's going to be about creating a secret message using coding. And some of you might already be familiar with coding, but I am going to give you a little understanding of what that's all about and how you're going to figure out your secret message. So the first thing we're going to do is collect our materials. I have already taken a look at our lesson plan, and you might have seen that there is a printout. It is this binary character table, and this is going to be the key to you figuring out your secret message. So either print this out, or if you do have a tablet or a laptop that you want to look at, that's fine. You can use it that way. You are also going to need some beads. Our beads are going to represent our secret message. I have this tray here filled with beads. This is a beading tray. You, of course, if you don't have a beading tray, paper bowl or paper plate will work really well. My beads are also all mixed up, so I started to sort them. You're going to need 3 colors to help create your message, okay? It doesn't matter if they're different sizes, but as long as you have 3 different colors, that will be perfect. The next thing is you're going to need something to string your beads on. So if you have a pipe cleaner or you just have regular old thread or string, this is a cool rainbow one that I have, or you can get creative and find something else that you have around the house. The only thing you want to make sure is the beads are actually going to fit onto the string, whatever you're going to be putting the beads onto. So the beads are too small to go onto the pipe cleaner, that's not going to work. So you might need to experiment a little bit. The other items you are going to need is a pencil. This is going to help us write out our message, and a piece of paper. I have some lined paper here. White paper is fine as well. Anything that you can write on for your secret message. Okay, lined paper. And you might also need a pair of scissors, and just make sure you have an adult nearby so that you're using your scissors safely, or they can help you if you need help using your scissors. So I'm going to go ahead and give you all a moment to collect all your materials, and then we're going to talk a little bit about how we are going to make our message. All right? All right, friends, here is what we are going to make today with our secret message. I have this cool string of beads. This could be a bracelet, it could be a keychain, it could be something that you give your friends so you can share your secret message with them. It's really up to you what you want to do with it. But the idea is all these beads represent a letter. So if you notice between the pink and the pink, there's going to be 8 beads in these different patterns, and I'm using the orange and the blue, and they're going to represent what a different code is going to look like. Let's talk about what is coding. The easiest way to think about coding is that it's a language. And an example of using coding as a language is if you want to talk to your computer, and coding is a language that computers or digital items are going to understand, and you want to tell your computer, make the screen purple. What do you think your computer is going to do? That's right, nothing. Your computer does not understand your commands no matter how loud you are or how angry you get. What you're going to need to do is translate your words into coding. And coding is the digital language that the computers are going to be able to understand, which is where our character table is going to come into play. So if you can go ahead and grab that, you'll see that this is the ASCII binary character table. And ASCII stands for the American Standard Code for Information Exchange. So this coding really is able to link up with our English language letters, so the ABCs, and translate it into this binary code, which you'll see in this column over here. And what binary code is, and you can look right on your sheet, is a series of zeros and ones put together and arranged in different order to represent the letters. So we have a lowercase a, which is represented by these 8 zeros and ones. And we have this uppercase a that's represented by these zeros and ones over here. And the reason why it's called binary code is that bi means 2. So we're only going to be working with 2 numbers, our zeros and our ones. And so now what we can do is we can figure out how to create a secret message by using these zeros and ones to match up with our letters. And no one will really be able to understand it unless they know about this binary character table. So we're going to go ahead and start to think about what we want to put in our secret message. So over here, I wrote my Julia as I did my bracelet over here. And I just made it nice and big so you can see it pretty easily. And what I want to do is I'm going to write the binary code for each of these letters right below. And that's going to make it a little easier for you to follow the patterns that you're going to need to follow in making your bracelet. So I'll go ahead and show you that. So hang tight. So here in my bracelet, you might have already figured it out. The 3 colors of beads are going to help us translate our binary code into a message. So what's happening is my orange bead represents 0, and my blue bead represents 1, and my pink bead represents the end of the little line of code. Here, if you notice, this orange and the blue and the orange, orange, blue, orange, orange, blue is the uppercase letter J. And the end of the letter, we're going to come to the next pattern, and you can match up the orange, blue, which is really 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1 is U. And you can come all the way around, and you'll be able to match up what this little section of orange and blue, which is 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, is L. And we'll get all the way back to the beginning, and the word I spelled in my binary code is Julia, because that's my name. So I made it into a name bracelet. So what I'm going to have you guys go ahead and do is think about a message or a word you want to put down, and we're going to translate it into code. You have to remember, if you're going to turn this into something to wear, like a bracelet, if your message is too long, your bracelet might be too long. So you have to think, is it going to be maybe more of a necklace or a key ring? Some of the ideas I mentioned before. So think about something short to start with is my recommendation, just to get used to this. And then we're going to go ahead and string these up. And okay, hopefully you had a moment to write down your message. And I have taken a moment and I've matched up my letters if they're all uppercase. So I looked at the uppercase side of the table and I wrote down the 8-digit, the bytes. If you remember, 1 digit is a bit. 8 bits together equals a byte. So here's a byte of information that equals the letter J. These 8 bits, or this byte, equals the letter U, L, and I, and A. All right, so once our message has been coded up, we're now going to string our beads on based off of what we are writing. I'm going to use a pipe cleaner for my demonstration. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of wrap up the end a little bit to create sort of like a knot or a stopper. So whatever string or thread you're using, you want to make sure you knot it up at the bottom so when you're beading it on, it doesn't fall off. Okay, so I have mine kind of twirled up. I'm going to start with my letter J, and I have my beads over here. And I'm going to use, for this one, I'm going to use my green as 0, my purple as 1, and a big yellow bead to create the space between each letter. Okay, so my first letter being J is 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. So I said that my green is 0. So I'm going to first place my 0 on, find the end of that. I'm going to pull it all the way down. And now I'm going to grab a 1, which is going to be purple. And find the hole over here. I'm going to pull that all the way down. So far I have 0 and 1, and my next is going to be 0, 0, so I'm going to use 2 greens for 0, 0. My next number is a 1, so I'm going to grab my purple over here. My next is 0, which is green. My next one is 1, which is purple. And my last bit or number for the letter J is going to be 0. So I grab that and slid them all on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 beads on here. That is now the letter J. And I'm going to add my larger yellow bead just to help us to see the difference between each letter. I'm going to move on to my letter U. So I'm going to have you go ahead. You can start stringing your beads on, and then we can take a look and see how you're coming along. All right, I have completed my name. You could see the first J that we started with. Here's U. Here's L. Here's I. And we made it to A. And I used bigger beads this time. I thought it would be a little easier for you to see. And I can really wrap this up and make like a nice big bracelet with it. Or what's nice with a pipe cleaner, I can untwist it a little bit and twist it together. And that way I can create a loop that will stay put, and I can always add it onto something if I wanted to, like a key ring. Twist it around, don't want to get poked. And now I have this brand new fancy Julia bracelet that only those that know what binary coding is will be able to figure out this message. So it might be fun to do with a friend or give to a family member, especially as a gift. And they know that you took the time to translate English letters into binary coding. So I hope you had a lot of fun. I hope you learned something along the way. This was just the very beginning steps of thinking about coding, and it really opens up the opportunity to understanding how computers are put together and games are put together and images that you see from movies and stories and things like that. It's a whole new world. It's really interesting and fascinating. It all starts with things like these 2 numbers, 0s and 1s. So thank you everybody for joining me, and I look forward to our next project.